meetup. It's our first one of the year, and it's kind of crazy because it's already November.
I know, a little later.
I know, it's been a weird year, but we're excited to get back out and get together once a month. We're going to do these, and we are going into the community, and this is our first coffee in the community.
Yes, and we are so excited because we are here at Barrett Harding Insurance, and they have been a platinum sponsor for, gosh, at least 4 years, maybe 5.
Awesome.
And not only that, though, we just thought they'd be great people to come and see with our coffee in the community because they are very active in the community, and we want them to inspire us.
I'm excited to hear all about it.
I am
do
too.
it.
Let's go. Good morning again. We're here with Megan Harding at Barrett Harding Insurance, and we're just so excited because Jeremy is obviously our insurance broker, and we're so excited about that. But Megan also is a school board member, and so we're just going to talk about, both of you are so involved in the community, and we came here for some inspiration this morning. So I also just wanted to give a little bit of an introduction because I've known Megan since she was in 5th grade at Dayspring Academy, and so we're just this is really fun for us to see you start off in education as a student, and now you're doing so much. So it kind of leads into our next question.
Yes, well, when we're talking about change in the community, and so we know that you're one of those community changers, and you've been a teacher, you've been a professor,
an instructor, yep.
Okay, a school board member, and a former Dayspring student.
Yep.
Right? So you've had a lot of experience in education. Like, we're gonna play a little top three.
Okay.
Top 3 game. Okay. So all these questions will be top 3. So what were your top 3 experiences in education so far?
So it's hard for me to rank them because the positive influences I've had in my educational journey is what led me to where I am today. So it's hard for me to rank them, but I would say first a student. It was my first grade teacher who inspired me to become a teacher. She had the type of classroom that was welcoming and loving, and not only instilled academics into us, but also just really instilled her love and her compassion through us outside of school. So she would show up to different events and stuff, and so I knew that that's the type of educator I wanted to be. And then of course that was reaffirmed to me when I went to Dayspring Academy through the teachers that I had, and I knew that my future classroom, I wanted to bring that excitement and that joy to our students in my future classroom. The second thing would be when I became a teacher, because teaching is my whole entire passion.
It's very easy to tell.
And
no secret.
Not only was I a teacher in Pasco for 7 years prior to becoming a school board member, but now I get to share my love of teaching with our future teachers at St. Leo University. So it's like a dream come true to be able to now share my love and my passion of teaching with our future teachers, and hopefully, get them excited about the teaching career, because we know how much it's awesome. And then third would be becoming a school board member. I still wake up every day and I feel like I'm living a dream because I'm so completely humbled and honored that I get to serve as District 5 school board representative, but also advocate for our teachers, our students, and our staff, and our families, and our community. So I love education. I couldn't imagine doing anything else.
That is so great. That is so great. You're duplicating yourself and other teachers. I think that's amazing. So top 3. What are the top 3 issues that you see facing Pasco County currently right now?
So I think the first one is equity across the board in programs, and I think that the district is doing a good job at trying to combat those and creating programs within our community that like the students in Central Pasco have, or even in East Pasco. And so that was one of the first things I had really thought about when I thought about some issues that are facing that. So I'm really proud of Pasco for doing that. Also, I think a really an issue that would be not only meeting the needs of our students academically, but also social and emotionally, because we know that our students aren't going to learn if their social and emotional needs are met. So that's another thing I'm really proud of Pasco for, especially the Pasco District, because we have social and emotional programs, and we really focus on trauma-informed care and conscious discipline. And so I think that those are really great tools that help our students be successful. And then 3, I think we could all agree on this, is the ever-changing demands of COVID-19. Having to make sure that we're making good decisions for our children and trying to keep it as normal as possible, but also ensuring safety across the board. There was no manual that was like, here, you're in a pandemic, so here's how you're going to run a school system. There was no manual for that, and I think just it's constantly changing. It's a fluid situation, so it's constantly changing by the hour, even some days. So, and not just in the schools, but also in our community. It's just, I think that's just a constant issue. So, I think those are the three things that I could think
That
of.
was a big one to
Hopefully
tackle.
we're making a manual, writing a manual, just in case. You never want it to happen again, but now we know.
Right.
Being flexible and adjustable.
Right.
All right, so top 3 things you would like to see change in education this year.
So I'm really grateful that our state focused on new teachers, and they really, supplemented our new teachers. Something that I would really like them to focus on as well is paying attention to our veteran teachers and recruitment. I think because there is a teacher shortage, so we want to make sure that we're really focusing on that. Also, I think going back to kind of COVID, Q4, all of a sudden parents and community members, and we're all teachers now, right? And so I hope that we'll continue teacher support and we'll really put an emphasis on what our educators and what they're doing every day, and also really putting an emphasis on like our teacher programs that are in our colleges. I heard about USF, and that's heartbreaking to me. And so we actually, in our board meeting today, just did a resolution letting USF know we are here to help you. Like, what can we do? And so I think that just really putting an emphasis on that and how important teachers and staff, it's not just teachers, it's just the staff and our maintenance and our bus drivers, everyone, the village it takes, right, to run our school system. And then thirdly, with the federal government's push with manufacturing and things being built here, I really want to see a push for the trades and really ensuring that our students know that they have options within the school system, but also when they graduate, and they can come out with a certification or a degree, and also they can still go to college and grow their brains from what they learned. But also, if they decide that college isn't their route, that they have another route to go. Again, Pasco's doing really, really great things with CTE programs. We just broke ground over on the east side for a new CT school, a technical school that like Wendell Crane over here. But I think that it's super important that we are growing our own, and that they're growing here, and that they're going out and work in Pasco to keep them in Pasco.
Yes,
So
that's great. So that real college and career focus now, just bringing that career piece in. And it is huge because not everybody is, everyone should go to college. I think that's a good idea. But focusing on that career and having a toolkit to take with them to get that job and to contribute to the community is so huge for our young
huge.
folks.
Options for our students,
Yeah.
that's great. Okay, so top 3 ways that we can encourage our community to get involved with education here in Pasco County.
So first is support local schools. I know that with some of these COVID restrictions, it's a little difficult, but there are things that you can do to pick up the phone and just ask them, like, what can I do to help you now? I know that they'd be forever grateful. I pick up the phone, I'm like, hey, I'm coming. Like, I could go to the schools now, but like I can say, hey, what do you need me to do at home to help support you? So that volunteer in your community. So there are things now that are going on that the community needs your help. So look at different organizations that might need some help, and also to let your voice be heard. Ask questions and find a cause that you're passionate in. Don't be scared to speak up for what you believe in, and just go out there and be that advocate for change.
I love that. I love that. It's one small bite at a time. Change doesn't happen all at once. It's one small piece.
Yep.
And we each can have an opportunity to do that. Like, we can do one thing in front of us and call your school and ask about that.
Another disadvantage of doing that is bringing your kids with you.
Yep.
And if they're working alongside you in the community, and they're going to be citizens who participate as well in their community. We just keep this going.
We want to grow a community that they want to bring their future children in and to live in. So
and
for
being
sure.
that model for them, I think that's
I
great.
think what you celebrate in your home, your kids will celebrate.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Yeah, right.
All right, now some personal advice to families, me being one of those families.
And me being another one of those.
What are the top 3 ways that parents can support and encourage their learners at home?
Right. So me being a former teacher, but also now in the role of leadership that I'm in, I think one of the most important things is to talk to your child, and not just ask them like, oh, how was your day, but really be specific. So like, what are you reading about in language arts, or what are you writing about in writing, or what was your favorite part of your lunchtime, or what are you and your friends doing at break time or recess, and to really have those important conversations, because the more that you keep that dialogue going, hopefully more ideas will come out and more conversation will go. And then I think the second thing that's super important is to be involved. I used to tell my parents in my 3rd grade classroom, and I was Jack's teacher, so you could probably remember, that we would be best friends by the end of the school year, because communication is key. So I think it's really important that you are involved, and I know it's a little bit hard right now due to COVID restrictions. However, I know a lot of schools are being really creative in holding virtual events and virtual open houses and different things that you can still show up to virtually, and that will show your child that you are involved and that you do care about their education. And also showing up to parent-teacher conferences, like I said, regular communicating with your child's teacher, and really asking questions about your child's successes and what they need to work on. And then I think the third thing that's really important is to read with your child. I am a reading instructor. That's my whole heart. And there's just so much importance in reading with your child, whether you're sitting with them and they're reading to you, or you're reading to them, or you're taking turns, or you're echo reading. There's nothing more important than reading with your child, and there's lots of research that says it points to success. So that would
They're
be
never too old.
No,
They're never too old.
No.
They might be like, really, we're going to read a book, and then they sit there. And
They
listen
love
the
it.
whole time.
They're
I think
excited.
Also, as you lead in that way in your home, be readers who lead in that way. If they
Right.
see you reading, they might pick it up.
And it's also going to lead into different dialogues. So talking about the different themes or the central messages, or talking about the characters. It's super important, and it gets them to also not only practice their reading, but also talking about what they're reading about, which is super important as well.
So don't be afraid to stop after a
Right.
page and
Right.
talk about
Right,
it.
talk
Yeah.
about it.
Well,
Just
and
have a
encourages critical
conversation.
thinking too.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
helps them to
Yes.
make some
Yeah.
opinions.
What do you
and
think
decisions.
about this?
Yeah.
Or what is the character doing here? So, and two, you can always ask your child teacher, what are some good comprehension questions that I can utilize while I'm reading with my child, and it will be very happy to get into. So, yeah, those would be my top 3 things.
Love it. I love it. These are great. I hope that it's helpful to our watchers.
Absolutely, it's helpful to me, so,
It's helpful to you. And it's great to see what you're doing in our community. Thank you for being
Thank you.
so active and an advocate. And I just, I can just see you raising up a bunch of young ladies and men.
Thank you. I love it so
following in your
much.
footsteps. Yep, we're proud of you. We're
Thank
proud
you.
of you.
We appreciate your support. I mean,
Of course.
as Dayspring, and you guys are sponsors, and we think that's great. But just watching what you do and how you support education, and we're in West Pasco, so I'm going to talk for West Pasco. And you've been involved. You don't just say you're involved; you are involved, and we really, really appreciate that. Our families appreciate that, and I know our kids benefit from it. I'm really, really excited about you raising up this next bunch of teachers, because I think it's a different world. Obviously, since March, it's been a
Right.
different world. But so you're in a critical position to really affect teachers, education, the lives of students every day.
Encouraging,
So
keep them going, keep them
Yeah,
going. keep
and that's what I always tell my students in my classes. I'm like, guys, you're actually really lucky that you get to see this change, because they're learning a new way of how to teach and being flexible.
Yes.
And that lesson didn't work because of this, or I've got to teach it this way, and that's okay.
Yes.
Right? And
Yes.
so it's exciting. They're learning a lot.
And we really appreciate your time. You're so busy, obviously. So
Of
we
course.
appreciate your time, and thank you so much. And I know that we'll stay connected, because
Yes.
you're planted right here in West Pasco
Yeah.
with us. So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
Thanks for
Thank
joining
you.
us.
Bye.